What's up mga kaguro at mga mag-aral? Welcome sa panibagong aralin sa Life and Career Skills. We are now here at lesson number 6 for quarter 4. Today's lesson focuses on entrepreneurship. What is it like? What skills it requires? What business opportunities exist? How to develop your resources? And what documents are needed to legally operate a business in the Philippines? Sa araling ito, pag-uusapan natin kung ano ang entrepreneurship, ano-anong mga uri ng negosyo na maaaring pasukin, paano suriin kung kakayanin ba ng isang negosyo batay sa resources na meron tayo, at ano-ano ang mga dokumentong kailangan para makapagsimula ng negosyo ng legal sa Pilipinas. Layunin ng lesson na ito na ihanda kayo bilang future employees, at also bilang possible business owners at job creators. These are the learning objectives for this lesson. These objectives guide our discussion. You won't just learn concepts, you'll also reflect on your own strengths and apply what you learn to the real-life business situation. These objectives may also be used by teachers who will craft their lesson plan. Now let's first define what is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship involves more than starting a business. It includes identifying opportunities, taking risks, organizing resources, and innovating to solve problems or improve people's lives. Ang entrepreneurship ay hindi lang basta pagbubukas ng negosyo. Ito ay proseso ng pag-iisip ng solusyon sa problema, sa pagtuklas ng oportunidad, at paggamit ng sariling kakayahan at resources upang makagawa ng produkto o serbisyong may halaga sa komunidad. Ang isang entrepreneur ay handang sumubok, magkamali, matuto, at magpatuloy hanggang makamit ang tagumpay. Entrepreneurs plays a vital role in the economy. They create employment, introduce new products and services, and help improve the quality of life in communities. Ang isang matagumpay na entrepreneur ay may iba't ibang kakayahan. Kailangan niyang marunong mag-isip ng kritikal, gumawa ng desisyon, magplano, makipag-usap, at umangkop sa pagbabago. Hindi sapat ang ideya lamang. Kailangan ding marunong sa pera, tao, at proseso. Now, let's discuss key parts of our lesson. Part 1, Key Skills and Requirements in Entrepreneurship. First is opportunity recognition. Successful entrepreneurs notice problems or needs that others overlook. They observe trends, listen to customers, and turn ideas into business opportunities. Mahalagang kasanayan ng entrepreneur ang kayahang makakita ng pangailangan ng tao. Halimbawa, kapag napansin mong marami sa inyong barangay ang walang akses sa murang pagkain tuwing gabi, maaaring doon magsimula ang ideya ng maliit na food business. Ang pagkakataon ay madalas nagmumula sa problema ng iba. Risk-taking. Entrepreneurship always involves risk. Entrepreneurs make informed decisions knowing that not all ventures succeed, but learning from failure is part of growth. Ang pagnenegosyo ay laging may kaakibat na panganib. Walang garantiya ang kita, lalo na sa simula. Ngunit ang entrepreneur ay hindi basta-basta sumusugal. Sila ay gumagawa ng kalkuladong desisyon, nag-aaral muna, at naghahanda bago kumilos. Entrepreneurs must manage money, people, and materials widely, and that is resource management. Poor resource management can cause even good business ideas to fail. Ang resources ay maaaring pera, oras, kaalaman, tao, kagamitan, at koneksyon. Ang mahusay na entrepreneur ay marunong maglaan, magtipid, at mag-prioritize. Halimbawa, kung limitado ang puhunan, maaaring piliin muna ang online selling kaysa magtayo agad ng physical store. Innovation. Innovation helps businesses stay competitive. Entrepreneurs constantly look for better ways to serve customers and improve operations. Ang innovation ay hindi laging pag-imbento ng bago. Minsan, ito ay pagpapabuti ng existing na produkto o serbisyo. Halimbawa, maaari mong baguhin ang paraan ng pag-order, packaging o serbisyo upang mas maging maginhawa para sa customer. Planning and strategy. A clear plan guides business decisions. It helps entrepreneurs set goals, define customers, and estimate cost and income. Ang maayos na negosyo ay may malinaw na plano. May direksyon ito. Alam kung sino ang target customer, ano ang produkto o serbisyo, paano ito ihahatid, at paano kikita. Ang pagpaplano ay nagbibigay ng gabay lalo na kapag may mga pagsubok. Sales and marketing. Even if you have the best product, it will not sell if people don't know about it. Entrepreneurs use marketing strategies to reach and persuade customers. Hindi sapat na maganda ang produkto. Kailangan din itong maipakilala sa tamang tao. Ang marketing ay paraan ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa customers, pagkapaliwanag ng value ng produkto, at paghikayat sa kanila na subukan ito. Adaptability. Markets change, customer needs evolve, and challenges arise. Entrepreneurs must be flexible and willing to adjust their plans when necessary. Ang merkado ay pabago-bago. May bagong trend, bagong competitor, o bagong pangailangan ng customer. Ang entrepreneur ay kailangang handang magbago, makinig sa feedback, at mag-adjust ng estratehiya upang manatiling relevant. Next, we proceed to the part 2, familiarizing with business opportunities. Business opportunities arise from market trends, economic changes, and technological advancement. These were the situations where entrepreneurs invest resources to achieve goals and meet market needs. Entrepreneurs identify these opportunities and act on them. Maraming uri ng negosyo: online, serbisyo, produkto, at niche markets. Ang mahalaga ay pumili ng negosyo na tugma sa iyong kakayahan, interes, at resources. Ang tamang negosyo ay hindi lang kikita, kundi nagbibigay din ng kasiyahan at kahulugan sa gumagawa nito. First, we have online business opportunities. These allow entrepreneurs to reach customers globally with lower startup costs. Many students and beginners start with online ventures. Ang online business ay mainam lalo na sa kabataan dahil mababa ang puhunan at malawak ang saklaw ng customers. Halimbawa, maaari kang magbenta sa social media, gumawa ng digital products, o mag-offer ng online services. Let's run down each of the online opportunities. First, we have dropshipping. Ang dropshipping ay uri ng online business kung saan hindi mo kailangang mag-stock ng produkto. Kapag may umorder, ang supplier ng mismo ang magpapadala sa customer. Halimbawa, pwede kang magbenta ng gadgets o damit online kahit wala kang sariling warehouse. Ang trabaho mo ay mag-market at makahanap ng customers. Maganda ito sa mga gustong magsimula ng negosyo pero limitado ang puhunan. Examples of these are selling gadgets via Shopee or Lazada, selling fashion items from overseas suppliers, and running a niche online store, for example, pet products. Freelancing. Ang freelancing ay pagbibigay ng serbisyo sa iba't ibang kliyente. Hindi bilang regular employee, kundi bilang independent worker. Limbawa, kung marunong ka sa graphic design, pwede kang gumawa ng logos para sa iba't ibang negosyo. Kung magaling kang magsulat, pwede kang maging content writer. Ikaw ang nagsiset ng oras mo at ikaw rin ang pumipili ng projects na gusto mong gawin. E-commerce and marketplaces. Ang e-commerce ay pagbebenta ng produkto online gamit ang sariling website o mga platform tulad ng Shopee, Lazada at TikTok Shop. Dito, pwede kang magbenta kahit nasa bahay ka lang at bukas ang tindahan mo 24/7. Halimbawa, kung mahilig ka sa fashion, pwede kang magbenta ng damit online. Kung creative ka, pwede kang magbenta ng handmade crafts. Malaki ang potensyal ng e-commerce dahil milyon-milyon ang gumagamit ng online platforms araw-araw. Print on demand. Ang print on demand ay negosyo kung saan hindi ka nag-iimbak ng produkto. Kapag may umorder lang, saka ito ipiprint at ipapadala. Halimbawa, kung marunong kang mag-design, pwede kang gumawa ng t-shirt, mug, o phone case designs. Ang maganda rito, hindi mo kailangang gumastos sa stocks, kaya mababa ang risk at bigay ito sa mga creative learners. Digital products. Ang digital products ay mga produktong hindi nahawakan, dina-download lang tulad ng e-books, online courses, planners, at templates. Halimbawa, kung magaling ka sa math, pwede kang gumawa ng reviewer at ibenta online. Kung marunong ka sa design, pwede kang magbenta ng digital planners. Isang beses mo lang gagawin ang produkto pero pwede mo itong ibenta ng paulit-ulit kaya mataas ang potensyal ng kita. Affiliate marketing. Ang affiliate marketing ay kumikita ka sa pamamagitan ng pagpapromote ng produkto ng ibang kumpanya. Kapag may bumili gamit ang referral link mo, may commission ka. Halimbawa, kung may TikTok o Facebook page ka, pwede kang mag-review ng produkto at ilagay ang affiliate link. Kapag may bumili dahil sa'yo, kikita ka kahit hindi ikaw ang nagbenta o nagpadala ng produkto. Service-based business opportunities. Ang service-based business opportunities solve everyday problems and often require lower startup costs. They rely heavily on customer satisfaction and reputation. Ang service-based business opportunities naman ay nakatuon sa paglilingkod sa pangailangan ng iba, tulad ng paglilinis, pagtuturo o pag-aalaga ng alagang hayop. Ang puhunan dito ay kadalasang oras, kakayahan at edukasyon at dedikasyon. Physical product and niche opportunities. These businesses involve selling tangible products, often focusing on unique or niche market that large businesses may overlook. Ang mga produktong gawa kamay, ukay-ukay o 3D printed items ay halimbawa ng niche businesses. Ang mga ganitong negosyo ay kadalasang nakatuon sa particular na market at nagbibigay ng unique value. What are the key takeaways on business opportunities? Choosing the right business starts with understanding trends, using available platforms, minimizing risks, and building on your strengths. Part 3. Evaluating resource requirements. What is resource evaluation? Before starting a business, entrepreneurs must determine what resources are required and whether these resources are available or attainable. Bago magsimula ng negosyo, mahalagang tanungin, ano ang kailangan ko at ano ang meron ako? Ang pagsusuri ng resources ay tumutulong upang maiwasan ang pagkabigo at masigurong handa ang negosyo sa operasyon. First step, identify goals and business model. Clear goals guide resource planning. Your business model determines what resources you need to operate effectively. Step 2. Categorize required resources. Resources come in different forms from money and people to knowledge and networks. Each plays a role in business success. Financial resources. Financial resources cover both initial setup and daily operations. Entrepreneurs must also prepare for unexpected costs. Ang pera ay hindi lamang puhunan kundi ginagamit din sa operasyon, marketing at emergency fund. Ang entrepreneur ay kailangang marunong mag-budget, mag-monitor ng gastos at magplano ng kita. Human resources. People power drives the business. Whether working alone or with a team, human resources determine productivity and service quality. Ang tao ay puso ng negosyo. Kahit mag-isa ka lang, mahalaga ang iyong oras, lakas at kaalaman. Kapag may empleyado, mahalaga ang tamang pagpili, pagsasanay at pamamahala sa kanila. Physical resources. Physical resources support operations. This includes machines, workspaces, tools, and raw materials. Kasama rin dito ang kagamitan, teknolohiya, lugar ng negosyo at mga materyales. Ang maayos at sapat na physical resources ay nagpapadali ng operation at nagpapataas ng kalidad ng produkto o serbisyo. Intangible resources. Intangible assets are non-physical but valuable. These include ideas, experience, connections, and brand image. Ang kaalaman, karanasan, reputasyon at koneksyon ay mahalagang assets kahit hindi ito nahawakan. Halimbawa, ang tiwala ng customer ay isang intangible resource na mahalagang pangalagaan. Step 3. List all or determine specific needs. Listing all required resources helps entrepreneurs see what is essential and what can be postponed or reduced. Step 4. Create a budget and financial plan. A budget helps entrepreneurs understand how much money is needed and how long it will take to recover costs. Step 5. Develop an acquisition plan. Entrepreneurs must plan how to obtain resources through savings, borrowing, investors, or partnerships. Step 6. Resource management strategy. Effective resource management ensures that resources are used widely and adjusted as business conditions change. Part 4. Documentary requirements for operations in the Philippines. By the way, teachers sa mga nanonood, pwede yung mabawat parts na to ay hatiin ninyo sa iba't ibang days. Why legal requirements matter? Registering your business and securing permits protect both the entrepreneur and customers while establishing legitimacy. Step 1. Choose and reserve a business name. Registering your business name ensures that no other business can legally use the same name. Ang negosyo ay kailangan legal upang maprotektahan ang entrepreneur, customer at komunidad. Ang pagsunod sa batas ay nagpapakita ng profesyonismo at kredibilidad. Para sa pag-choose at pag-reserve ng business, for DTI, para sa sole proprietorship. Sa SEC naman kung corporation or partnership. CDA kung co-op yung iyong itatayo. Step 2. Register the business entity. This step legally recognizes your business as entity that can operate, transact, and enter contracts. Ang pagpaparehistro ng business name ay unang hakbang sa legal na operasyon. Ito ay nagsisiguro na ikaw ay lehitimong gumagamit ng pangalan ng negosyo. Next step, step 3, is to obtain local permits and clearances. Local government units require permits to ensure that your business complies with zoning, safety, and community standards. Ang barangay clearance at mayor's permit ang nagpapatunay na pinahihintulutan ng lokal na mamahalaan ang operasyon ng negosyo sa inyong lugar. Register with the BIR is step 4. Registering with the BIR allows your business to pay taxes legally and issue official receipts. Ang pagrehistro sa BIR ay nagbibigay ng kakayahan sa negosyo na magbayad ng buwis at maglabas ng official receipts na mahalaga sa transparency at legal compliance. Step 5. Register as an employer. If you hire employees, you must register them for benefits and comply with labor laws. Kapag may empleyado, kailangang irehistro ang negosyo sa SSS, PhilHealth at Pag-ibig upang masiguro ang benepisyo at proteksyon ng mga manggagawa. Step 6. Additional regulatory requirements. Certain industries require special licenses to ensure safety, quality, and compliance with the national standards. For example, sa FDA, BSP, and other regulatory bodies. For example, sa mga meat inspection, yung mga ganyan, sa DTI, sa mga safety protocols, pagka may electricity, mga ganyan na involve. Now, let's proceed to integration and application. Evaluating business feasibility. Feasibility analysis helps entrepreneurs decide whether a business idea is realistic and sustainable based on current resources. Bago tuluyang magsimula, kailangang suriin kung ang negosyo ay tugma sa iyong kakayahan, resources at sitwasyon sa buhay. Ang tamang negosyo ay hindi lang kikita kundi kaya mo rin talagang panindigan. Let's have an example scenario. Let's analyze this. A student wants to start an online clothing business with 5,000 pesos capital. The student must consider inventory, marketing costs, shipping, and platform fees to determine feasibility. Now, let's summarize the content of our lesson. Entrepreneurship is a journey that requires skills, planning, resources, and compliance with laws. Preparation increases the chances of success. Sa kabuuan, ang entrepreneurship ay isang proseso ng paglikha, pagkaplano at pagpapatupad ng negosyo. Ito ay nangangailangan ng kasanayan, resources, legal compliance at tamang pag-iisip. Ang paghahanda ngayon ay paghahanda sa mas matatag at mas malayang kinabukasan at success ng iyong business. Now let's proceed to the activities and performance tasks. Activity 1, Business Opportunity Brainstorm. List 3 business ideas based on their skills, interests, and classify them as online, service-based, or product-based. Activity 2, Inventory Worksheet. Students identify financial, human, physical, and intangible resources needed for one chosen business idea. Activity 3, Feasibility Analysis. Students will evaluate whether their chosen business idea is feasible using available resources and estimated costs. Activity 4, Documentary Requirements Mapping. Students create a checklist of permits and documents needed for their chosen business. For their performance tasks, the students will create a My Entrepreneurial Plan portfolio which will include the business idea, resource inventory, budget estimate, feasibility analysis, and documentary requirements checklist. Now let's have assessment. Multiple choices. Question number 1. Entrepreneurship is best defined as B. Starting and managing a business to meet market needs. 2. Which skills involve spotting unmet needs in the market? B. Opportunity recognition. 3. Which of the following is an online business opportunity? C. Dropshipping. 4. Which resource include money for startup and operations? B. Financial. 5. Which resource refers to knowledge, networks, and reputation? C. Intangible resource. 6. Break-even analysis is used to C. Calculate revenue needed to cover costs. 7. Which office registers sole proprietorships? C. DTI. 8. Which document allows a business to operate in a barangay or city? B. Barangay clearance and mayor's permit. 9. Which is an example of a service-based business? C. Cleaning services. And 10. Why is evaluating resources important? B. To ensure resources match business needs. That's it for our long lesson about entrepreneurship and all its aspects when it comes to starting a business. Next to the development team of this lesson exemplar kung saan ibinase ang mga bahagi ng lesson na ito. Once again, I am your online teacher, Sir Franco. Thank you for watching.